Hi everybody, welcome to another Blu-ray review by WJ Blu-rays and Pops Reviews. Got a nice stack to talk about for the last 2 weeks, so let's get into it. Alright, first up, I've got the complete second season, DC's Legends of Tomorrow. This is a very good show. In my opinion, I'd say it's probably the most improved of all the DC universe, the Arrowverse. As you can see, it's got a very nice cover of the whole team. Lovely artwork. I'm busy watching it at the moment and I'm enjoying every episode. So that is the complete second season DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Next up, I found a romantic comedy with Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson, Fool's Gold. I've watched this so many times. I had it on DVD before, but I found this secondhand for a good price. And like I said, it's a good romantic comedy. It's funny, and I really enjoyed it. It's Fool's Gold. And next up, part of a supernatural or a horror part collection, would you say? It's Constantine with Keanu Reeves. Also found this secondhand for a good price. A comic book character, I believe. I believe it's DC, if I'm not mistaken. Very good. Another one I got from Amazon.co.uk. A classic, Little Big Man with Dustin Hoffman. Little Big Man was made in 1970, and basically I call it the Forrest Gump of the West. It's where Dustin Hoffman's character, he is a 121-year-old, sorry, excuse me, a 121-year-old sole survivor from like Custer's Last Stand through living with his adoption with the Cheyenne Indians, and he goes through, he meets Wild Bill Hickok, and he goes on an adventure. He's telling his story in 1970 to a reporter about his life, and he goes on adventures with the Indians through the towns in the west. He goes to South Dakota. He travels through all those times in the 121 years. His many marriages and his many kids. Like I said, I call it the Forrest Gump of the Wild West there. Dustin Hoffman, to me, he put in a brilliant performance, but best performance there goes to Chief Dan George. They played his grandfather. So glad I got it on Blu-ray. Excellent. Little Big Man. Next up, part of my Disney Pixar collection, A Bug's Life. And I can't believe that this movie is already 20 years old. I got this also a good price, and it's the world of Flick and his tiny friends. And he's a little ant. He goes searches for a brave band of warriors to help him to battle the bad guys, the bullying grasshoppers who threaten his home. And it's funny. It's got funny scenes. It's comedy, animated. at its best in one of my personal opinion. That's A Bug's Life. Next up, I found also secondhand, a fairly new movie I have not watched yet. One of my favorite actors, that's Tom Hanks as Sully. You know, the untold story behind the miracle on the Hudson. What it is he's the captain, so based on a true story, who landed his uh, aeroplane, his passenger plane, on the frozen Hudson River just a couple of years ago. And it goes on about after that too. So I haven't watched it, but I look forward to seeing it. Sully. Next one I found, one of the favorite action movies of the 90s for me. That was John Travolta and Nicolas Cage in Face Off. So what it is John Travolta, he's actually the good guy in this movie, and Nicolas Cage is the bad guy, Castor Troy. And John Travolta is Sean Archer. But they swap roles like halfway during the movie, just when they have their operations to swap their faces. Because Sean Archer, he's got to go and capture Castor Troy, you know, for both personal and police reasons and business. It's a very good action movie from John Woo, the director. The way they skin graft their faces onto each other, you obviously using CGI, it's so well done. And Nicolas Cage is just so cool as the bad guy. And yeah, that is Face Off. Next up, another TV season from the Arrowverse. That is Arrow, the complete 5th season. One of my favorites from the Arrowverse, because I think it's probably the darkest of all of them. And it's also the original, started by Oliver and his friends. The complete 5th season. I'm busy watching it at the moment, and at the moment he's got a new team that he's training, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. Can't wait for the 6th season to come out soon. I'm going through the 5th season at the moment. Yeah, everybody loves Felicity. Wow. That is Arrow, season 5. Up next, a movie that I have not seen for a long time, and it came out on Blu-ray for us locally here. True Romance. Got a good cast. Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, with Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken. So what it is Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette are a couple, and they pick up this mysterious baggage. And of course, not to give away too much in story, it gets them into trouble with both sides of the law, the mafia and the police. And because it's mob contraband, obviously, that's in the bag. So they go across Los Angeles, I believe it is, all over Los Angeles, and they got the cops and the mafia chasing them. Thoroughly good action adventure with a great cast. True Romance. Next up, I found a horror movie. Well, not sort of a horror movie. It's maybe like a payback, revenge movie, I'd say. The Last House on the Left. this couple and their daughter, who she gets like raped and robbed and left for dead by these escaped cons. Now, what it is then they basically set up a trap at this house where they used to live, or where they used to go on holiday, which is the last house on the left in this lane, or this road, long scary road. And they set up traps there for this bad guys, because they are a pretty smart couple. But when this happens to their daughter, revenge is on their minds. It is from the master of horror himself, Wes Craven. I never seen this out here on Blu-ray, and when I did, for a good cheap price, I picked it up. So that is The Last House on the Left, and it stars the very nice Monica Potter, one of my favorite underrated actresses. Last House on the Left. I found another Academy Award winning classic, Chariots of Fire, the 30th anniversary edition. So obviously it came out a few years ago, because this won the Academy Award for Best Oscar in 1981. And I remember watching it as a kid. And what it is it's about the 1924 Paris Olympic Games. It's based on a true story, where we have Ben Cross's character was Harold Abrahams. He was a Jewish ancestry runner. He overcame prejudice to achieve his personal fame, and his rival, who was Eric Liddell, or Liddell, was a devout Scottish missionary who competes for the glory of God. And I stand to be corrected, but if I'm not mistaken, they wouldn't run on a Sunday, I believe, because of his faith. And but yeah, it's one of the best, how can you say, the best, finest elements of like athletic ability mixed with human emotion. And the movie is so good and so well filmed that it won the Best Picture award in 1981, and it won 3 other awards. But like I'm saying, I'm trying to just vaguely remember from when I watched it. But to me, it's one of the classics of cinema. That's the Chariots of Fire. It's also got, as I said, it's got Ben Cross. It also stars a local actress from South Africa many years ago, Alice Krige. Got Ian Holm, Patrick McGee, quite a well-known cast. Chariots of Fire. Last but not least, I found a cheap Adam Sandler comedy. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore back again for their 3rd movie together, Blended. It was shot locally here in South Africa, and it's a good movie for a laugh, you know, with them and they got 2 kids each, and they joined together as a family. It kind of reminds me of Step by Step, that TV series. And they come on holiday to South Africa, and they try to get their families together, because Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore are 2 characters that are that have met and fallen in love, and they want to join their families together. And obviously the kids are not happy about it, and circumstances lead to funny situations. I really do recommend this. It's worth the price I paid for it. I love Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore together. I think they make a brilliant couple on the screen. The wedding, the wedding singer, and 51st Dates, two of the best romantic comedies you can ever find, and that is blended. Anyway, that is the small stash for the last month. Until the next video, guys, cheers.